So guys, welcome here to the end of the first day at the Inter Extreme Masters World Championship. But actually, lurppis, we want to talk about the second day where you have to play with your team in a really tough group, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough group. I mean, today's group is harder because arguably the three best teams in the world are in today's group. But the second group has all the teams from 4th through like 7th, so it doesn't get much easier.
I talked to a bunch of people, of CS people, and they told me that they had a really big problem to find partners to train for the Extreme Masters here. What's about you and your team?
Yeah, it was a problem. I feel like more and more teams are starting to take breaks that are not here. So usually when big events are coming up, even if a team isn't going there, they know that's their chance to play against the best teams. So more like semi-good teams are playing. So even if you can't play against the best teams, there's at least teams you can play against. And we actually had days where we would all show up around 7 p.m. and we might still be on IRC at 9 p.m. and we haven't found anyone like good enough to play against. So it was really annoying sometimes. It felt like such a waste of time.
I saw a few tweets of you on Twitter where you posted many results against teams I never heard before, with 16-1 and with this extremely high results. Is it quite fun for you to play against teams which are completely not on your level?
No, but we still have only been to went to a finish line right before IEM Kiev, and went to IEM Kiev, and we've still only had maybe we've definitely had less than 3 weeks of worth of practice with this new lineup. So it actually still does help just playing together on LAN, like getting used to communication on LAN. And I guess, some of my teammates are still pretty noobs in comparison to me. Like not everyone has played for a billion years. So I'm sure it still helps some of them just to go to LAN. So, and I mean, it was like good preparation instead of just only playing online matches too. So, I mean, the LAN in London last weekend worked out.
Let's talk about the Counter-Strike scene at the moment. Many people are afraid that Counter-Strike is completely dying, especially now. One actual theme is that Khan will retire Counter-Strike, playing as a Counter-Strike player. What's about you, and what's about other players? You've heard any rumors about other gamers who will retire eSport?
Well, I mean, I read the Zonic interview on Agile TV where he said that at least his contract is up after CBIT. I'm not sure if that's the case for all of Mouse Sports or if it's just him because he signed later than everybody else. But I mean, like with the way they played, like I wouldn't be surprised if it was the whole team that Mouse would only keep them for like the German leagues and like a couple like Copenhagen Games type events. So I think CS is getting. I mean, it unfortunately keeps getting smaller as the time goes by, which is sad. But I mean, I don't really know. I'm contracted till the end of June, so I haven't really made any plans.
You played the first time Counter-Strike Global Offensive in New York. You tested it, and in general, what's your opinion about that game? I mean, maybe this could be one game of the future which will be supported by many leagues. I'm not talking about the Intel Extreme Masters, but in general, would you switch over to this game?
I don't think so. I think I've played long enough where I don't think it would be worth it for me to go through the whole trouble of playing for, say, like 6 months or like a few months, 6 months, a year, just to get to consistently be among the best again. On top, and even a bigger problem is I just don't have fun playing that game right now. Like personally, I just don't find it fun at all. It's the movement, it's the recoil, it feels sluggish. It's like I just don't enjoy playing it, and I can't imagine doing something that I don't enjoy doing for as much time as it takes to get to a top level in a new game for multiple months. There isn't enough money in CS that, let's say even if someone paid me $1,000 a month, I still wouldn't pay 8 hours a day just for that amount of money. So it would have to be fun for me, and right now CSGO is not fun for me.
So what would you change in this game that you would say, it's okay, that game is making fun to you?
Well, you'd have to begin with the movement. It's really horrendous. They removed all bunny hopping, they removed crouch hopping, and it just feels like the noobiest game ever, because all you do is you just run or walk behind corners. There's no skill to it. If you have less health and the guy has same reactions, he's always going to kill you. In 1.6 you can crouch hop, you can vary, there's different ways to peek. You can bunny hop, you can get behind corners to hide. There's just so many elements to it, and there's just none of that in CSGO right now. Obviously, there's a chance something might develop over the years, but I mean, on top of that, they've completely butchered the maps. Like, anyone who's seen Train knows what I'm talking about. It has 2 towers outside. The bomb train is now in the middle of outside. The inner bomb site only has like 3 trains total. It's just like a big shooting range with no places to hide. You can't go under any trains anymore. The ladders are on the side of the trains. I mean, the list goes on for every map. I mean, to be fair, I'm not like your average gamer, so you can't really ask, like, you know, like a lot of other people might like the game still. Like, I haven't played any game than CS for more than like 1 hour max in like the last 7 years or something. Like, I don't play WoW or Dota or Han or LOL or whatever. Like, I don't play any of those games for fun, so I'm not like the type of guy who would just go home and play some Call of Duty for fun. So I mean, those guys might find CSGO more fun too in comparison, but it just doesn't do anything for me the way it is. And it's really frustrating because they could use a lot of help from all the people who are here to make it a better game, but Valve is just refusing to do that.
What would you do if Counter-Strike is dropping out of every big league and won't be supported anymore? What would be your plan in the future? Would you stay in esport or completely retire?
I don't think I would play. I mean, I'd probably still do some stuff, like do some stuff behind the curtains, I guess, on HLTV these days. And then, I mean, obviously this casting stuff is fun, so I'd probably do that every now and then. But I mean, I really don't know. I don't know. Like last year, I had like a solid over 3 months or something after CBIT last year, where I didn't follow CS. I didn't go on CS websites. I didn't open CS once. Like, I did nothing with CS. Like, I didn't even know what tournaments were going on or anything. And, you know, like I was okay with that too. That was like the first time that I had like months-long break, right? Like, didn't even follow CS. And, you know, like I was okay with it. It was actually one of my friends who kind of like insisted that I would start playing again. It's like I didn't miss CS at the time, but obviously it's fun again now after I started playing it. So I think I'd be okay with it too.
How did he do that? To insist about that, playing CS again?
I don't know. I was complaining about some personal stuff, and he would just be like, "You should just play CS, get your mind off things." And then he just kept going on about that for like a solid month. And at the same time, the guys from Online Kingdom, who I now play with, HN and Alu, and Yigetus, who I used to play with, and those guys wanted to play with me for like a month already. Like, before Xperia Play, which was Copenhagen Games last year, is what they called it. They actually already asked me to join their team, but I was like, no, like I have no motivation to go to Copenhagen, like knowing that we're not gonna win with the amount of practice we would get. So like there was always people I could have played with. I just chose not to play. And then even in the summer, I only like they asked me to play this online league, ICSC, and we played that for fun. And then we ended up beating FX and beating FX and Moscow 5. And then I was like, like this is kind of easy again. Like, kind of just comes like, oh, we just started winning. And I was like, might play a little more. Went to LAN, and then it just kind of went from there and just kind of happened.
And the fun came back?
Yeah, it's the competition is fun. It's always fun. It's the sometimes you get really tired of practice, you know, like you have other things you want to do, like maybe you want to go hang out with friends, you want to go get dinner, you want to go to a movie, whatever. And then you just know, like, oh, what is it, 6 p.m.? Got to be online in an hour. Can't do it. You know, like it gets frustrating sometimes when you have to skip out on a bunch of things. So every now and then you just feel like you just need a break.
Yeah, competition, this is what we also have here at the Indie Extreme Masters at CBIT. How many hours you have played in the last weeks?
I'd rather not say. We haven't played like anywhere near enough. We'd had so much problems with things like HN was sick and he just had high fever and like couldn't play till late. Alu's internet was down for like 4 days. Just no idea why. It was just down for 4 days.
Just in time.
We had the most problems ever. I think I have like 40 hours on Steam for 2 weeks, which is like ridiculously low for a tournament of this size. But then with EG, like the biggest tournaments we won and like the best we did at tournaments was like when I had like 20 hours on Steam. And I was just like more motivated as a result because I wasn't like burnt out of CS at all. Like after watching CS today, now I really want to play. So I was thinking about CS all day, watching it, and I haven't played it enough where I'm just like, it's like when I go home and relax. Now I want to play. So I think it works two ways.
Yeah. So what do you think? How will it be for you tomorrow? I mean, you have teams like Fnatic or Moscow 5 in your group. What do you think? Will play good games tomorrow? I mean, with some bad, I will call bad preparation comparing to the other guys?
I know we're good enough to beat any single team here in a best of 1 at least. I'm not sure. I can't really say we're good enough for a best of 3, but I know we can beat any team here in a best of 1, which I guess bodes well for us for group stage. The problem is we're also very inconsistent because we haven't practiced that much. So if things start falling apart, we lose pistols, we lose some, like close rounds, clutch situations, things can go wrong too. So I'm hoping we have enough routine to take care of the who I would assume are the weaker teams, Samsara. Also, I know they could surprise. I just think we also have the advantage of playing them in the first round where they haven't seen international competition in a couple of months. So I'm hoping they'll be a little rusty too for that. But we'll play them first, and then we'll play Isahara once they will already be out of this tournament. And yes, I do feel confident saying that. Don't hate me, everybody with a French passport. And if we beat them, then all we have to do is beat one of the better teams, unless there's a 3-way tie. And I do think we will beat one of Lions, Moscow 5, and Fnatic. I think we'll beat one of them, at least.
At least. Okay, man, I wish you good luck tomorrow, you and your team. And you guys, don't miss the games here of Tomi of lurppis tomorrow here at CBIT 2012 on ESL.tv.